we are talking about name games, a crucial part of our work, something that happens in the beginning of every group work, where our goals are to support the group on blocking, speaking, being spoken to. We want to support the group getting to know each other. We want to also support the energeticness, and we can use it as an energizer too. And we are starting the process of group building that then we continue in different activities further. Target groups can vary and can really be any, having in mind that versions of the activity are more suitable for an experienced or a younger group, depending. We start the exercise by the most simple version, and then we can build upon that in different ways. The first step would be for every person to speak and say their name loudly for others to hear. It can be only that. It can be a next step and is advised that people also repeat the name of the person. It can be done on mute, but it's also good to do it a few times mute and then maybe once unmuted so everybody hears each other and they can also hear how differently they're pronouncing maybe the same thing. So what we want to achieve is that everybody has said their names loudly and clearly for the whole group to hear. Let's try. Léa.
Sylvain.
Morgane.
Maxime.
Marie.
Dennis.
Enrico.
Maria.
Maria.
Todo. Todo.
Seba.
And then the next step can be where we are saying our own name and we are calling another person to say their name. But to make it a little bit more interesting, we can add something to it, maybe an information that we would like to know about participants. Also, these kind of games help people practice muting and unmuting, especially in the beginning when they're getting to know the format. So what we're going to do now is we are going to share our name and the city or the state or both, maybe the city and the state we are coming from. And then we are going to call out the next person to do that. And then the next person will repeat the previous one, their own, and the next. This way every person says all three, and it's a bit repetitive, but it's very useful to catch the names.
Enrico, Thessaloniki, Greece. Morgane, Almada, Portugal. Sylvain.
Morgane, Almada, Portugal. Sylvain, Lyon, France. Denis.
Sylvain, Lyon, France. Dennis, Berlin, Deutschland. Maria, Hamburg.
Dennis, Berlin, Deutschland. Maria, Hamburg, Deutschland. Dodo.
And something else we can try as well quickly is that together with your name, you can add a sign, something that is visible in the screen, yeah, and a sound, yeah. Both the sign and the sound should be clear and easy to repeat. So like clear-cut things. I keep doing this, so my sign will, for example, be this, and my sound can be something like beep beep, yeah. I will give you a few seconds to think of your sound and your sign, and then we will do this by every person doing their name, their sound, and their sign. We go, maybe everybody does it once, and then we maybe repeat it one more time. Here it depends. You can either let the group self-organize and make sure everybody said it, or you can call out people. I think with the group less experience, probably better to call out people. And once everybody's heard each other's sign and sound, what we can do is the same process of calling up the next person, but not by name, but by sound and sign. So that will then be, you say yours, and then you call somebody else by theirs. So the first step of this is that if everybody has a sign and the sound. Yeah, cool. So let's try, as we are very advanced, let's try to do the sign and the sound one after another by without a specific order, but making sure we all hear each other.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop,
Bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Tick, tack. Tick, tack.
Tick,
tack.
tack, tick, tack. One of the final variations we did here is that at this point, we, in a more or less experienced group, introduce the concept of name, or making order by putting numbers in front of their names from 1 to how many they are. Of course, we can still do this ourselves as a team, but here it's a good moment to kind of support the group to explore this by themselves. And at this point, you can give instructions for the group to be able to verbally agree, or you say no talking, do this unverbally. It's important that instructions here are clear. Once the group has numbers in front of their names, and this is also for them to practice using Zoom a bit, then one person gives their name, movement, and sound, and the rest of the group, in the order that has been created, either makes this movement and sound larger and like amplifies it, or makes it smaller and minimalize it. It can go from 1 to, I don't know, 11, or it can go from 11 back to 1. It depends. We can play in different ways here. And this is as much for the names that we can also be saying, or only sounds and movements, again, for the full-on unblocking. Many other variations of name games are possible and available. This is a few we have explored, and they can be helpful depending, because they give us this freedom to do as many as we feel the group needs or wants, because they're building on top of each other.